So today I'll be hosting this webinar that is focusing on this clipboard hijacking threat and ActiveGuard's response to this evolving security threat. So let me just go through in detail what exactly are we trying to show with this latest version of ActiveGuard. Now, for the purpose of this meeting, I'll be going through a set of presentation slides as shown here. It will be a total of 9 slides detailing this new evolving threat and how are we going to counter this threat with the latest production of ActiveGuard. Actually, what we are proposing here is ActiveGuard version 1.0.25, but over the past few days, a lot more has happened. So we've patched. The latest version is 1.0.253. So, because of the evolving nature of these malicious attacks, so we had to intensify our research in order to keep up and in order to keep our users safe. Now, so as long as you go to as long as you go to Google Play to download as long as you go to Google Play to download ActiveGuard, you'll be assured that you are having access to the latest version, that is version 1.0.253. Now let me just go on with explain to you about the changes. Okay, so let me just explain to you what exactly are the hackers looking for right now, because of the purpose of getting important information from you in order to take over your banking transactions and user social media account. So there is there's an evolving malicious attempt to get content from your smartphones. So in this case, right, it's either they get it through different kinds of functions that is available on your smartphone, for example, microphone, camera, and so on. So in this case, right, what I'm trying to talk about is an up jump in the interest of the hackers in order to get written content from your phone. But in the past, there are different ways of harvesting all this kind of content. So one of the increased uptick in the hacking attack is this attack on clipboard. So this attack on clipboard is actually it's a storage space on the phone itself. So what basically happens is that when you do cut and paste operation, you actually have to put in important information on the clipboard. So what happens is uh, hackers tend to target this particular clipboard in order to harvest your personal information, and this can include things like OTPs, password, and important research that you're doing. Because for example, if you're doing research, you'll be reading some important documents of some private confidential documents of your company. So when you cut certain segment in order to paste into your report or paste into the Excel sheet, usually those are the important information. So the hackers, they like to target this kind of information. So this is basically what is happening. The clipboard, that is, hackers tend to target a small amount of data that you have decided to cut from a certain document from your or from certain secured code authenticator. Then they get this information directly from your phone, and it requires low storage, so which is why they love it so much. And so this is basically an explanation of what exactly is the clipboard hijacking and what the hackers are doing in order to harvest all this information. So this slide basically explains what happened, what does the hackers do. So instead of taking an entire content from your phone, what they're just taking is a small amount of information, and this has very low storage space, so it can bypass a lot of intrusion detection system very easily. It's a small storage space, sometimes maybe less than 5 kilobyte, and because it contains important information like password, OTP, or important research from documents. So this gets extrafuded back to their external server very easily, bypassing all detection systems. And this is a very huge cybersecurity flaw that we're trying to address right now, which is why in our latest version we have upgraded several detection system algorithm technology of our ActiveGuard in order to detect all these kind of different bypasses. And it's no longer just safe to rely on Google's API that is to just be informed that certain application has cut and paste from your phone, but we have to do a very thorough investigation, which is driven mainly by AI embedded on the system, and also subscribers through ActiveGuard will be able to connect to our AI cybersecurity engine that is actually leveraging more than 4 million signal points, which is very powerful. And in addition to that, they will be this AI cybersecurity engine will be increasing its signal point by 1,000 plus every day, based on the research on the malicious viruses, malware, and application that we receive every single day. So in a matter of 1 week, we can receive like more than sometimes 7,000 to 100,000 signal points. So this AI cybersecurity engine is actually becoming more intelligent every single day. And so once you subscribe to this system, what you're doing is that you're optimizing the entire cybersecurity ecosystem on your phone and your devices. And the best of all is that we do not harvest your information. All private information about yourself stays on the phone locally, and the only information that we want is identified malwares, viruses, and threats. Those are sent to our server to improve the cybersecurity ecosystem. But if you do not want this kind of information to come into our system, what you can do is that you can go into settings. Then from there, you can turn off telemetry. Then all data will stay locally on your phone, and no data will ever leave your phone to our server at all. Because the most important thing is ActiveGuard is designed to protect your digital privacy and your digital footprint, not to invade your privacy. And we absolutely do not sell your data to third parties at all, because we don't even harvest your personal data. So we know nothing about you. What we want to do is to protect you. So basically, that's about it. And let's move on to the next page. Okay, so now we're focusing on basically what is the impact on you if you're being hijacked through your keyboard. So what they're doing is credential theft, financial theft, and also important data leakages from your product management, from your product details, and so on. And this credential theft is very common. It's very effective for hackers to gain more money, because once they take over your social media account, they can use it to commit crime in your name, or they can take over your social media account to borrow friends from your relatives, from your friends, from your acquaintance. And this is how they are doing to advance their own financial interest. Then in addition to that, when you're logging into your banking account, so you need an OTP to go into the account. So what they are doing is that they are taking this OTP to hijack your banking account so that you won't be able to access your account, and they on the other hand will be able to access this account to take over your money. So this is what we are trying to prevent. And the other one is data leakages. That is what details of your product goes into your research or your product launch date and so on. There's so many other things that are involved. So you want to prevent that. You want to prevent this kind of data from leaking to your competitors, which is why we quickly updated our cybersecurity algorithm in order to optimize your cybersecurity protection. So now, after discussing about this impact of hijacking, okay, so now we are going to move on to this explaining to you about these updates that we have to ActiveGuard version 1.0.253. So what we have done is that we have increased the scanning speed of the antivirus for the premium subscriber. We've hardened the firewall so that a lot of the new threats, they're now bypassing firewall like nothing. So what we have done is that we have updated the firewall, hardened it so that we can capture all this data and prevent all these data leakages through our firewall. Then, in addition to that, we have also updated the algorithm for this the clipboard monitor in order to detect malicious activity that's running in the background. Then, in addition to that, all the premium subscriber they will get enhanced protection. Premium subscriber they'll get enhanced protection through the AI cybersecurity system. So what you have to do is that you just have to subscribe in app. Then the ActiveGuard will be connected to our AI cybersecurity engine, which will greatly optimize the cybersecurity protection for your internet system. Now, just moving on to what we have done. From what we have done, this is basically what is happening in the new system right now. It is more intelligent, it is more intuitive, and it works in the background without consuming too much of your battery while optimizing the battery level. So this is a very good update that I hope that even free users can go ahead and make use of it, because free users, even when they are not subscribed to the premium subscription, they can still use all these additional features that fully protect themselves. So this can be downloaded on the Google Play Store. It is very easy to download. Either you can go to the QR code that is shown on the top left hand side, or you can scan this QR code right here in the banner right now. Okay, scan this, and this will bring you to the Google Play Store, which you can download the application for free, start using it for free, and you can use it forever for free. But if you like it, you want higher level, higher tier of cybersecurity protection, you can always subscribe in app at a very low price of $199 USD per month or $22.99 per year. I recommend that people subscribe to the yearly plan, because $22.99 is actually cheaper on a yearly plan as compared to what you're paying monthly. So now, yep, that's right. To subscribe today for maximum protection is very easy. It mitigates the risk of this kind of cybersecurity hack. And the thing is, when you download and use our app for free, what you're doing is that our entire team of cybersecurity researchers will be doing research on all the latest malware, what is happening around the world, and we'll try to push as much as possible the latest cybersecurity protection system to your device so that you stay protected. But the people who are really benefiting from all these is the one who are subscribed to our system, whereby they can get the latest on a very constant basis. So thank you for your attention during this webinar. I hope to see you in the next session. So anytime there's any new evolving threat, we will quickly update you on what is happening. And together with that, we will push the latest cybersecurity protection system to you and encourage you to download the system as well. So it's not just, talking about research and so on and talking about what's happening, but we come up with the solution in order to protect you. So I thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you in the next webinar. Thank you very much.